Today, take a look at the DURATECH 18-inch offset aluminum handle plumbing wrench. So that is a big boy. Now, the most important thing to me about a wrench like this is that this is an aluminum handle wrench. The main benefit of that is, of course, it is going to be much lighter. So I can easily hold this thing one-handed and not have that thing drooping on me. If this thing was made out of steel, then I would have to work to keep this thing up. So if you have to work all day on something, and especially anytime where you have to use a offset pipe wrench, which is usually you have to go in something like that, so you have to reach it kind of from afar, the aluminum handle makes all the difference in the world. After using aluminum pipe wrenches, this is the only style of handle that I want to use. We can see it is fully labeled, and on the other side does say it is an 18-inch 450mm wrench. It does have a hole so you can hang it, and even though the handle is aluminum, the head is still made out of steel. Nice thick jaws on here as well. Now, one thing I really like about this is they actually put this metal insert on the inside. So that's going to help to spring that nut to kind of keep it in place. It is still easily spinnable. Another thing that's going to do is, because this is steel on the top and the bottom, that's going to help to reduce the wear on the aluminum handle. I really like the paint job on this handle too. You will notice the teeth on the bottom are facing forward, the teeth on the top are facing rear, which is the way it's supposed to be. So when you lock that on, you always want to pull the handle down. But another thing that's going to do, you can see how there's a little bit of movement in here. It's supposed to be like that. The top is actually going to grab onto the handle when you pull down, and is going to pull the bottom jaw toward it. Looks like we got a spring pin in here holding the bottom jaw on, so if you ever need to replace that, you can. And you can kind of see right here, they actually got a little gauge showing you the size of the jaw. So it looks like this is going to go up to about 2.5 inches when you hit that bottom line. It is worth keeping in mind that if this bothers you, you can take this out. So all you got to do is loosen this guy up. So the top of the jaw will come all the way out. We can pop the nut out, and we can pop the spring out. So there we will have a more traditional nut mechanism. So if you want this thing to run very smoothly, that is how you do that. That is surprisingly smooth as well. I personally like having these springs just because it kind of holds the nut position, but it's really to each their own. So the primary purpose of an offset pipe wrench is just going to be the convenience of being able to fit into a tight area. So for example, if you had some framing on either side, so if you had 2x4s here and you had a pipe in the middle, which is a pretty common occurrence, with a standard pipe wrench, you wouldn't be able to fit it inside there to get a hold. And even if you could, you wouldn't really have any room over here because you'd be bumping into the framing as soon as you started. And this could be framing, this could even just be pipes just like this. It is actually pretty common to find pipes that are ran in parallel. But with something like this, you can just jam it in like that, and you've got plenty of room to get a turn on there. I still use the standard 90-degree pipe wrenches, but an offset pipe wrench, when you need it, you need it. So this thing has been sitting for a long time. It's probably got a lot of rust, and it looks like they put some weird thread sealer on the inside. It's been painted. I'm gonna see if I can pop this guy apart. There you go. Shiny new under there. So overall, that is a very nice pipe wrench.